Boise versus Meridian. Which city's better? In this video, I'm going to compare the two cities and talk about 5 ways in which the two cities differ. And I'll start with what both cities have to offer entertainment-wise.
You're like a circle.
Both Boise and Meridian are pretty large cities, so they both have the same kind of shopping centers. They both have Walmarts and Lowe's and Targets and those shopping centers. But two unique attractions to living in Boise are the Boise River Green Belt. Now, the Green Belt is a 10-mile or 15-mile bike path that stretches from the northern part of the city down to the southeastern part of the city along the Boise River. It's fully paved. It's a great place to ride your bike, exercise. There's parks and restaurants along the way. Really fun place to just hang out and breathe in some fresh air in the city. The second unique thing that Boise has to offer is the downtown/city center. Especially the area near 13th Street and Hyde Park. That's the historic district of Boise. And it's a real pedestrian friendly area. It's fun to walk around, grab a bite to eat, lots of shops and restaurants in that area. Great place to go on a date. And so whenever I'm down there kind of hanging out with my wife, I really feel like I'm in the urban center of Boise. I feel like it captures what Boise is all about. And it kind of has a small, big city type of a feel, which I guess is what Boise is. Meridian doesn't have any of that. It doesn't touch the Boise River, so there's no green belt that cuts through the city. And the city center is not really unique like it is in Boise. What Meridian does have, though, is the Village, and that's basically a large outdoor mall. There's lots of stores and restaurants there, great place to hang out. In the summer, there's live music there. Right now, there's an outdoor ice skating rink and a Santa Claus, big Christmas tree there. So it's definitely a great place to hang out and bring that special someone to. Meridian is half the size of Boise. There's 119,000 people in Meridian and 240,000 in Boise. And geographically, the city is also half the size of Boise. The city's spread out over about 42 square miles, and in Boise there's 82 square miles. The thing about Boise, though, is there's certain parts of town that have a higher concentration of people. So areas like the North End, Southeast Boise, the Bench, there's a higher concentration of people living there. So during rush hour, you definitely will experience traffic in those parts of town. Population's a bit more evenly spread out in Meridian. It's not to say that there's no traffic there. There can be traffic, particularly along the roads that cut through Meridian north-south, leading off of the freeway. So Eagle Road, Meridian, 10 Mile Road, can be stop and go around 4 or 5 p.m., but the traffic is definitely not as bad in Meridian as it is in Boise. How do the schools compare between the two cities? I'll talk about that in just a second, but first, if this is your first time here, my name's Benj Foreman. I work for Triple Cord Real Estate, and on this channel, I talk about the Boise housing market and all kinds of other things related to living in the Treasure Valley. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that little red button down below and the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. The schools in the two cities are pretty comparable to each other. I'm actually doing an entire video on the schools in the Treasure Valley, so if you want more detailed information, you can click on that link up there. But if I had to choose between the two cities, I would say that the schools in Boise have a slight edge over those in Meridian. And let me illustrate that by showing you the statistics on the two #1 ranked high schools in Boise and in Meridian. You can see the numbers are pretty comparable to each other. Pretty much the same graduation rate, same SAT average. Where the Boise schools have the slight edge over those in Meridian, though, are in the college readiness rate. Consistently, the Boise high schools have a higher college readiness rate. And look at the AP course participation. 61% of the students in Timberline are taking AP courses versus only 24% at Rocky Mountain High School. And then also the student to teacher ratio is consistently lower in the Boise schools than it is in the Meridian schools. Now, some of this is anecdotal, I know. Some schools perform better than others, and it depends on students and a variety of other factors. But overall, I would say that the Boise schools have a slight edge over those in Meridian. Homes in Meridian are slightly cheaper. Since September, about 1,100 single-family homes were sold. The median price of all of those houses was $400,000, and the average of all those homes was about $442,000. In Boise, about 2,000 homes were sold in that same period of time. The median price was $426,000, and the average was about $494,000. So over the past 5 months, the average price of all the homes sold in Boise was about $50,000 more than in Meridian. And just to put that into context, at the $300,000 price point, the homes are about $10,000 cheaper in Meridian. Nobody likes to pay Uncle Sam. Generally speaking, the property taxes are lower in Meridian. And just to give you a rough idea, on a 16 or 1700 square foot home in West Meridian, you could expect to pay anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000 in property taxes per year with the homeowner exemption. In Boise, the tax rates vary significantly. If you're in the most expensive part of town, you could pay anywhere between $4,000 to $5,000 per year on that same size home. But if you're in West Boise or Southwest Boise, you could probably expect to pay between $2,000 to $2,500 per year, so slightly more than in Meridian. Well, what do you think? Which is better, Boise or Meridian? Let me know down in the comments below. If you want to see another video on what life is like here in the Treasure Valley, check out this video right here.